First off, welcome to the Shaping Portsmouth Conference for 2026. Deputy Lord Mayor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending and supporting today. Our theme is celebrating Portsmouth and the great city that we live in. And as we kick off our centenary year, we have an absolutely packed agenda that we hope will bring all of you together. So before we go any further, here's a quick reminder of why you're here and why Shaping Portsmouth is so important. You made that happen. That's £750,000 of social value that all of you in this room have driven into our brilliant city. So thank you very, very much. And without further ado, I'll hand over to my Shaping Portsmouth co-chair, Mr. Mark Waldron.
Thank you, Yvonne, fellow co-chair. That's a hard act to follow, isn't it? There's nothing like a sexy video to kick off on a Friday morning. So, yeah, good stuff. And I think that just gives you a flavour of what it's all about today. But it rests with me to say good morning to all the special guests here today to Shaping Conference 2026. And it genuinely does give me great pleasure to welcome you here today as we celebrate what's been another incredible year, working across this city with all of you, while also looking forward with immense excitement to what the following 12 months will bring. And there will be a lot of reflection this year as Portsmouth marks its centenary as a city for what is an amazing milestone in our proud history. So in my day job as editor-in-chief at the News, I dusted down the bound volumes of our newspapers from 1926 to look back at where the city started from and to find out how we reported it at the time. And I was quite surprised to find out that our editorial leaders of the day don't seem to be excited as I am this year. Because our January the 1st edition of 2026 this year, we led on the fact it's going to be a brilliant year. And then we followed that up on January 2nd with the report from the fantastic event that the council put on down the castle. So we've not even reached the anniversary yet, and we're already shouting about it and getting excited. But back then in 26, on Friday, April the 23rd, we reported how the then Mayor, Councillor Frank J. Privet, received the letters patent conferring the dignity of a city upon Portsmouth. But it was met with just a short article, just 3 sentences long, on page 5 of that day's paper. More room was given to an advert for exquisite suits for men at popular prices at Porter Brothers. And that was a key feature of what was then the Evening News and Southern Daily Mail of the day. Priority was given over to advertising and supporting business. The front page of the paper that day, yours for just 1 penny, was completely filled with adverts. We had stockings, hats, garters and belts aimed at the ladies' dress budget, a good old Lamport drapery bazaar. Who remembers LDBs? Just me? Okay. And spring suits for men at Handley's in Southsea. The Kings was showing Fred Carno's latest review triumph. The steamship Duchess of York was offering a special Sunday afternoon excursion from Clarence Pier to Sandown. And if that didn't float your boat, it was nothing like a double stout from Portsmouth United Breweries to ease your cares away. Now, Shaping Portsmouth cannot claim to have been around in 1926, although I know Dave would certainly have snapped up all those key businesses as patrons if he'd been there at the time. Our heritage at Shaping goes back a mere 16 years when in 2010, Shaping the Future of Portsmouth was created to be at the heart of the city's regeneration strategy. But despite our relative youth, Shaping is doing today what those adverts was doing back in 1926. We're promoting the best of business we have in the city, and we're forming those all-important partnerships with guys like you in the room and elsewhere across the city. Then the news and local businesses were connecting with readers and customers in the same way today that Shaping and all of you provide the glue that binds business to business to local authorities, to education partners, and to the community as a whole. As Dave said in his welcome note in your delegates pack, at Shaping Portsmouth we champion collaboration. Community over competition is at the very heart of what we do to come together to improve our city. And that's not just what we should be doing. It's not just something that makes us feel good and we all realise we all have a part to play in this great city. Yeah, all that's very important, but also has real tangible benefits. And if you caught the details on the slide there, every £1 our partners put into funding Shaping is converted into £3.50 of social value. So when measured not just through the finances, but through volunteer time, your expertise and the collaboration, that represents £750,000 investment, making our city the best it can be and highlights the power of all of us here today continuing to work together. So please sit back and enjoy what is going to be another special day as we look at the work being done through our three key pillars of business, education and community. Be ready to cheer and clap even, as we honour some very special winners of the Shaping Portsmouth Awards and make the most of our second network session that happens later on this morning. Speaking of cheering and clapping, I'm particularly looking forward to the arrival of the incredible Claire Martin, along with seeing our very special guest, Portsmouth North MP Amanda Martin, put through her paces by the Portsmouth Youth Cabinet. Good luck, Amanda. It's a packed schedule, but I know you will come away from the day feeling inspired and invigorated. Our city may be about to be 100 years old, but she's not slowing down yet and is still driven by the passion and energy which unites us in the room today. So thank you very much, and please put your hands together to welcome onto the stage Dave and the Shaping team.
Shaping Portsmouth is built on a foundation of collaboration. We are all about community over competition. If you have been to any event that I have spoken at this year, you will have heard me say, community is Portsmouth's superpower, and we should protect it with everything we've got. I can now prove this. Portsmouth Creates have been asking workshop attendees at the City of Culture workshops to describe Portsmouth in 3 words. And this is the word cloud that created. Community. Community. Shaping Portsmouth is all of you. We are a community, a small coordinating staff team powered by partners, enabled by volunteers. Today is our day to thank all of you for the difference that you make across our city as part of Shaping Portsmouth. As Mark said, 2025 has seen 750,000 in social value facilitated across the city by Shaping Portsmouth. If anyone is really bored and has got an hour to spare, I can explain how that has been worked out, but I won't do it now. But first, let me introduce you to the band. Not something I thought I'd be stood on the Guildhall stage saying at any point. So on ops, we have Steph. On comms, we have Matt. On business, we have Marianne. Education, Suzanne. Community, Charla. And at either end, Ben and Lizzie, our TikTok department. They are actually part of the marketing agency project that we have that you'll hear more about later. We also have a very exciting new appointment to the team, but you're going to have to stay to the very end to meet them. So, on this day in 1926, Portsmouth Guildhall was in fact Portsmouth Town Hall, because it wasn't until the 21st of April when we became a city that it became the Guildhall. And I have here, as you can see on the screen, a small postcard that was sent on the 13th of June 1926. So clearly Andy's predecessor was clearing old stock still. And this was sent to Mrs. Fleet in Gloucester. And I can't actually read who it was sent by, but what they said was, "It has been lovely here today. This afternoon we have been to the docks at Portsmouth and over the Victory. I wish you were all here. It's quite a nice place." So there you go. 1926, Portsmouth was quite a nice place. Visit Portsmouth. If you're in the room, you can have that one as a tagline. Absolutely fine. Of course, we all now know that Portsmouth is the #1 UK city in which to invest, live, learn, work, and visit. I wonder what the Victory was like, though, when they visited in 1926. It was being renovated. That's HMS Victory in 1926. Clearly, not much has changed in 100 years. £750,000 means for every partner pound, there has been an output of £3.50. And it's great to see so many new businesses joining Shaping Portsmouth in 2025. Most recently, our newest joinees at patron level, Portico and Southern Motor Contracts. I know both of you are in the room today, so very, very welcome to our community. At member level, again, many new businesses, and joining only this week, Creative Clique, and very, very welcome to Portsmouth Bangladeshi Business Association as a member of Shaping Portsmouth. We are very pleased to have all of you join us this year. If you are in the room and you are not a member or a patron and you would like to know more, please come and see us on the stands in the break. Now, a few other little things to cover off before we get going. You may remember last year, some bloke came along and told us about his new boat. He seemed to think he had a good chance of winning a competition. Turns out he was right. In 2025, we launched a new event with Kate and our amazing Shaping Forces team. Something that was completely out of left field, a great idea. Shaping Forces as a project brand was born, and we brought the business community and the armed forces community together. 2026, we want that event to be even bigger. It will go ahead again, but today, if you want to go and see Kate and the team on our Armed Forces Covenant community stand up in the Portsmouth room, they can talk to you about signing the covenant if you want to do that, or about getting involved more with supporting our Armed Forces community. Please, please do support the great work that our Armed Forces volunteers are doing. If you came to Victorious, you would have undoubtedly been sold raffle tickets to win a signed Portsmouth shirt by us for Road from Karachi, trying to raise money to put wells into villages in Nepal, Pakistan, Bangladesh and India. We are really pleased to report that we raised enough money to put 15 wells into villages that didn't have clean water. And here are just 2 of those wells in Portsmouth and in Nepal. And alongside every single one of those wells, a clean water workshop is delivered in a school in Portsmouth. So we're making a difference both locally and elsewhere in the world. Again, Nadia from Road from Karachi is up on our stand upstairs, and you can buy one of her cookbooks and raise more money for a well from her. What are we going to do to celebrate the centenary? Well, we've collaborated with Spark Community Space and Seekers Creates. So any of you that know them already know that this is going to be off the wall somewhat. But the plan is, and with the help of Hampshire Flag, who have joined us as a sponsoring partner, we are going to give every primary school pupil in Portsmouth, 17,000 of them, a 26-page centenary colouring book. Again, the guys are upstairs on a stand in the Portsmouth room. Please do go and see them.